Hello everyone, this is Judith with another video. We are talking about your twin flame journey. So today I first want to say something that has nothing to do with the twin flame journey, or it has to do with the twin flame journey. But it's also like affecting the lives of everyone pretty much. That as I see it, right? That's my personal opinion. So take it or leave it, and it might not be like everything. I cannot get across all of it, but just to give you an idea how I see the world and the energies as they are right now. So they are, as you know, I'm working with the scale of consciousness by David Hawkins a lot, where you have enlightenment and the top, and joy and love and peace. And at the bottom you have fear and revenge and anger and shame, jealousy, and all of those lower vibrations. And there is a middle part that is like willingness and courage and emotions like that. So basically what I see is that people want to keep the majority in a lower vibration. And that has a lot to do with distraction, right? They're kind of playing on our emotions. And this might have been a dynamic that you already experienced with your parents, a dynamic that you already experienced in other relationships. Maybe you experienced this at work. So I always say it's the narcissistic codependent dynamic, but I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a doctor, so this has nothing to do with a diagnosis. I see this as a pattern in our society. That we play this game, right? And we take parts in this. We have our role, our specific role, and then usually we do not even know this, but we play along with it pretty much. And even if we recognize this when it comes to our parents or our partners, where we very often do not recognize it, is that institutions like the news or governments, they also play on those patterns. Maybe they do not even do it consciously, right? Some of them might, and some of them, for them, it's just how things are, how things they always used to be like that, so that's the best thing to do, right? And people do not ask even to be in another place. For them, it's normal, for example, to worry or to be in fear. And the thing is, as long as everything goes smoothly, they even might be in a higher emotion, right? In a higher vibration, I have to say. But what happens when you take all of that away? Where are they then? And this has so much to do with the twin flame journey, right? Because we're like through the healing work that we're doing, like all the transformational work, as I always say, the detaching, the self-love, we're coming to a place where we are connected, deeply connected to the divine and deeply connected to who we really are at the core. We are powerful creators. And so what we create this not only for ourselves, this is then kind of contagious, right? Other people would want to go along with that as well. And we also include them in our vibration. So even without explaining anything or talking to them, they will just be touched in a way on a vibrational level that we see them in their divinity, right? So when you see that you are a divine being, then you would be able to recognize the divine being in everybody else. It's basically what it is. And of course, this makes a huge difference to other people, because it has to do with like respecting them. And even if you don't like what they are doing, you don't have to be around them. That's not what I'm saying. You don't have to love them, but you can still respect them on some level, right? Their divine being. And you can also acknowledge that if things come into your life that are maybe not something that you don't want, then still you are the creator, and still you have to take responsibility and transform it. And that's the way that it will shift. Yeah. So that's something very, very important. I just wanted to say that so that you can observe a little bit in what way you are, for example, reacting to the news, or to things that are going on in politics, whatever it is, right? Because it really matters where your focus is. It doesn't mean that you cannot take action. Of course you can take action. For example, like if you feel that this helps, you can give money, right? You can give money to an organization if you feel that this helps and that this is what you want to do. Do it, but don't put your focus on the misery and the suffering, right? Because you create more of that. You as a twin flame, you have more and more a very high vibration. What does that mean? That's fast energy, very fast. And so you can create very fast then, right? And what are you creating? It really matters. You're creating where you put your focus. And that's the same with your twin flame union. If you put your focus on not having your twin flame, on the absence of your twin flame, your twin flame rejecting you or whatever it is, then that is what you are creating. Yeah. I know from my own experience that you cannot shift this in an instant, even if you know it, right? If you're conscious, but it's really about being more in the observer and knowing when you are on track and when you are not. Just know where you are putting your focus. And how do you know that? Well, you know it by how you feel. If you're feeling good, excited, interested in life, then you're on track, right? If you're feeling low, depressed, anxious, worried, longing for your twin flame, then you're not, right? Then you're not even able to receive that love. It's just not possible. It's like, yeah, you've heard me say that, right? You already know that. So what I want to go on a little bit, not too long. Brought this bottle of water, and I just want to explain a little bit with your twin flame, like you are always one, right? This is the purpose of this is like showing two halves, right? One is the air and one is the water. And as you see now, it's not quite as I wanted it to be. It's a little bit too much of water inside the bottle, but it doesn't matter. It'll do. That this is like half water, half air, right? This would be like being in a spot of harmonious union, like polarity, everything, non-polarity, because unconditional love is like shifting out of polarity, and so you're balanced, right? In every area, most of areas of your life, you're coming from a place of love, right? You're connected to the divine, you're tapped in. Now, when you're like this, then this is not balanced, but still one, right? So, for example, your twin flame is focused very much on material things, and you are not, right? So he is here, and you cannot be focused the same way on money and material things, because you're one, and so everything needs to be balanced, right? So another example, my twin flame stopped eating carbohydrates. Guess who eats all the carbohydrates? Me. So it's as simple as that, right? And works and in every area it's a little bit different, right? In every area is a little bit different. And of course, not all areas matter when it comes to divine union. You will maybe always be a little bit like that and balancing things, but just be aware that you will always be one. That's actually what I want to demonstrate with the bottle and the water, that you work as one organism. And actually when the bigger picture, like the way people are like attracting other people, it's also like playing with those dynamics, right? But when it comes to your twin flame, it's really, really, really important to understand that you are always, whether you are together or not, you're always one. Yeah, and even certain things you will experience them together, but like in a different movie. And in other areas, you will like complement each other, right? That you would maybe have. I always had the feeling I don't need to travel. I don't really want to travel. And then I found out that my twin loves to travel. Yeah, he loves to explore the world and go places, and yeah, that's sometimes amazing to see that how we would always, everything that you do contributes to your soul, right? And the other person would not have the feeling that anything is missing, because on some level, on the soul level, your person has experienced everything alongside with you. It makes part of your common experience at the soul level, right? And this doesn't mean that you are the same, but you are complementing each other, right? And if you want to be in union with your twin flame, then it's really important that you try to find the spot of unconditional love, which has very much to do with self-love, very much to do with having a relationship with the divine and knowing that everything is coming from the divine through other people, but it's a reflection of your relationship with the divine. Or you could also say it's a reflection of your relationship with yourself. But you cannot leave the divine out of the equation. It will always be part of the equation, right? So that's basically, there is basically a specific vibration, a specific way of looking at life that is bringing your twin flame into your existence, yeah. And there is no way around it. You cannot force this. And it makes no sense, right? Doesn't make sense at all. And you have to allow your twin to be where he or she is. But as you see, when you change, the other person changes alongside with you. And you don't force that. It just comes naturally, right? You're always moving as one, right? And it can be out of balance and it can be totally balanced. And you will not meet your twin flame, or you will not be together with your twin flame when it looks like this and is completely out of balance. Yeah, it has to be somewhere around here. So I hope this helps. Yeah, let me know if this resonates by liking and subscribing, and if you haven't already, you can click on the free meditation that I've created. This is a good spot where you align with self-love, so I really recommend it. And yeah, I see you in the next video. Wish you a beautiful day, everyone. Bye for now.